Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was JayZ girl. Why don't you claim your friend? Claudia.
So, Jack, when you say...
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was about to ask.
JayZ's pregnant mistress who died of an imaginary aneurysm. Just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book, Bling, and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list. Who the was these people supposed to go to? You can't go to the boss because the boss is you. And the boss's boss don't get no. Can't go to the authorities. They're all bought and paid for. You could try to get a special prosecutor, but they'll just pay somebody to reassign him to another case. Where the fuck you go when you get over by the industry? Nowhere. That's where you go nowhere, which is where people like me step in. You right? I go to Diddy parties to walk mother out, cause ain't nobody stopping me when I come. You, Sean.
Hey, man.
Weirdo.
Oof.
I don't get no what you got in your head, that neural link. You'll never outthink me. Ever. All I do is frustrate your AI. You can't quantify me. You can't even control your wife. You gonna handle a bitch like me. You can't even control that goofy bitch. You should have did a better job. Maybe she wouldn't have had to lose her mind on Kathy. Because you ain't protecting you. You're protecting her. Wonder why?
So after years of Rita Ora swearing up and down she wasn't Becky with the good hair, she finally spilled the truth and admitted she really was the woman Beyoncé was talking about. And guess what? Rita claimed Beyoncé went all out to destroy her career over it. According to Rita, she was JayZ's side chick, the one Bey caught him with back in 2016, which sparked that whole explosive album. Can you believe Beyoncé did all that just to turn around and stay with Jay? Instead of going after the man who vowed to be loyal, she went after Rita like a heat-seeking missile. Rita says she felt like a victim in Jay's twisted games, just like Rihanna once did. But she kept her mouth shut for years, because she knew nobody would buy her side of the story back then. If you remember, the entire world basically flipped when Beyoncé dropped Lemonade in 2016. She put JayZ on full blast for cheating on her with some mystery woman she called Becky with the good hair in her song, Sorry. She even dropped savage lyrics like, "Looking at my watch, he should have been home today. I regret the night I put that ring on." She kept going, "He always got them excuses. I pray to the Lord you reveal what his truth is. I left a note in the hallway. By the time you read it, he only wants me when I'm not there." And she didn't hold back at all when she ended it with that now iconic line, "He better call Becky with the good hair." Now, obviously, this whole mess had everybody's head spinning. Folks were dying to know who this Becky with the good hair really was, and why she let Jay slide in knowing full well he had a whole wife at home. It didn't take long before all eyes turned to Rita Ora, who just so happened to be signed to JayZ's Roc Nation at the time. That's exactly where the rumors caught fire and folks started running wild with it. And let's be real, Rita didn't exactly help herself when she posted that infamous Snapchat pic, rocking a lemon-printed bra and a necklace with what looked like the letter J on it. Once that photo dropped, anyone who still had doubts about her being Becky pretty much tossed them out the window. But Rita swore she wasn't trying to be messy at all. She said it was all just a giant mix-up. According to her, the necklace was actually an R for Rita, but the way the picture flipped made it look like a J. For real? A lot of people weren't buying that explanation, though. They thought all those coincidences stacked up way too perfectly to be an accident. Even though Beyoncé never came out and said anything directly, word on the block is that even after she forgave Jay and took him back, she still had smoke for Rita. Rumor has it Bey was so heated, she straight up blackballed Rita in the industry and kept her in the shadows. This pretty much explains why Rita hasn't had a real hit in forever. But here's the crazy part. Even though Rita's finally spilling all this messy tea about how Beyoncé allegedly shut her down, a lot of folks are telling her to keep quiet and count her blessings. They say Beyoncé could have done way worse than just freezing her out of the music scene. If you remember, there was all that wild talk back in the day about JayZ creeping around with a woman named Kathy White. And get this, rumor has it that Beyoncé allegedly handled Kathy while she was supposedly pregnant with Jay's baby. Jaguar Wright even claimed that when Kathy passed away, Bey and Jay made sure her autopsy report got twisted, so it looked like she died from a brain aneurysm instead. Insane! And it gets even messier. In 2017, a well-known journalist named Liz Crokin jumped on X, Twitter, and straight up accused JayZ of being behind Kathy's death. She wrote that when Kanye said JayZ had bodies, he was really talking about Kathy White. She even pleaded, "Please don't put a hit on me, just call me." That's how serious she was about it. Then, when Diddy got caught up in his own drama recently, Liz came back and doubled down on her old tweet. She said, "Note the date. Hey JayZ, I was the reporter who talked to your alleged mistress right before she died." Was deleted. I know everything. I know what you did. Go F yourself. Your time is coming. Maybe you and Diddy can share a prison cell together. Justice is coming. She even threw in, "It's only a matter of time before spirit cooking," making it sound even more sinister. JayZ was getting exposed left and right, just like Diddy. There's a reason Kanye once said, "Jay's got bodies I would know. He's evil to the core." He even prayed for justice for Kathy White and warned that these so-called idols would keep crashing down. And guess what? That set off a whole chain reaction, with folks digging deep into Kathy's mysterious death. And baby, the receipts were looking real shady. Back then, a popular blogger known as Hollywood Street King decided to jump all the way in and investigate Kathy's death himself. Funny enough, he was actually the first to spill the tea about her and Jay's secret affair. When he dropped the story, he wrote an article saying, "There's a juicy little rumor bubbling right now, claiming JayZ is hooking up with one of Claudia Jordan's homegirls, a chick named Kathy Anna White." According to Diary of a Hollywood Street King, Jay had been sneaking around with Kathy for a minute. In the article, they told readers to zoom in on a pic, and you could see Kathy and Claudia standing way too close to Jay. Definitely not just random party guests. Sips tea. If you look real close, you can actually spot Kathy partying it up with JayZ, Diddy, and Claudia Jordan all together in one frame. Talk about messy. Hollywood Street King wasn't playing. He went full detective mode. He even tracked down and spoke to one of the NYPD officers who was directly involved in looking into Kathy's case. Then he dropped an article laying out every single detail he uncovered, pulling up all the receipts for the world to see. The article went all the way in. It started, "Yesterday, I got word that Kathy Michelle White had suddenly passed away, so I kicked off my own investigation right away, and guess what? Kathy did not die from a brain aneurysm like everyone on the internet was claiming." According to an NYPD detective, Kathy's actual cause of death was still up in the air. He said it was considered suspicious, and they were waiting on autopsy and toxicology reports to drop later that day. The detective shared that a 911 call came from an apartment on 130th West 19th Street in Manhattan. An ambulance pulled up fast and took Kathy to Beth Israel Hospital because she was feeling real sick, and that's where she sadly passed away. It was way too early for folks to be jumping to conclusions about an aneurysm. The detective said they had to do a full autopsy to figure out what really happened. And on top of that, they needed a toxicology test, which would take around 2 weeks to get those results. Here's where it gets even juicier. Just 2 weeks before she died, Kathy was contacted by a big-name tabloid digging into her connection with JayZ. She gave them just enough info to keep them hooked. But after that chat, Kathy hit up Jay directly and told him she was planning to go public about their affair. But she wanted a big bag for it. All of this popped off in those final 2 weeks. Then, out of nowhere, just a little over 48 hours after the world found out Beyoncé was pregnant with Jay's baby, Kathy suddenly passed under super shady circumstances. When all this old tea started bubbling up again, Jaguar Wright jumped right in to confirm it all. She straight up said the story about Kathy dying from a brain aneurysm was a total lie. But you know Jaguar, she didn't stop there. She came back with even more shocking details. This time, she basically confirmed all the rumors and went after Claudia Jordan hard. Jaguar accused Claudia of keeping her lips sealed about what really went down, even though she knew deep down that Jay was behind the whole thing. Jaguar even hinted that JayZ might have taken Kathy out because Beyoncé wanted it that way. Wild, right? She basically said, "Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Wonder why." Now look, I ain't saying Beyoncé was behind Kathy's tragic death, but a whole lot of people are definitely thinking it. Some folks even claim that Rita should count her blessings because all she got was blackballed. They say she could have easily ended up like Kathy if things had gone left. People online had a lot to say. One person commented, "This couple is so shady and crooked. Seems like they got their hands in all kinds of dirty business, yet folks keep praising them like they're royalty." Another person said, "Rita was supposed to be the next Rihanna. She just never had that solid artist energy. I really liked her song Poison, though. Those lyrics were fire, and the video looked amazing." But now, I want to hear what you think. Do you believe the rumors that Beyoncé and JayZ were involved in Kathy's passing? And do you think Beyoncé is the reason Rita's career never took off the way it should have? Drop all your hot takes down in the comments. And don't forget to click here to check out this other messy video. It's just as wild.